Well, details are now emerging on a landmark Supreme Court ruling on whether women officers in the Indian Army will be allowed command appointments on par with male officers. If this is allowed, women in the Army will have similar career prospects and opportunities as their male counterparts, though it's still unclear if this will pave the way for women being allowed to fight in combat roles. That's a long pending demand. Now, details of this have started coming in just the last little while from now. In just the last little while, I'll bring you those details, but let me just explain what this is all about. Now, the centre stand has sparked a controversy. The government said posting women at command positions would create problems. So, what the Supreme Court has now ruled is that the psychological features of women have no link to their rights. The mindset of the armed forces, the army, must change. The centre's submission is based on gender discrimination and is a stereotype, and that arguments on women and men and marriage, these were some of the reasons which were stressed by the centre in denying women the right to command army units cannot be justified. The Supreme Court said women work shoulder to shoulder with men. The centre's submission is disturbing. Women army officers have brought laurels to the country. So let's just bring you a few more details of what this is all about as this judgment continues to be read. Now, the background to this is as follows. In a note from an earlier report, the centre had told the Supreme Court, and let me quote, "Troops are not yet mentally schooled to accept women officers in command of units since they are predominantly drawn from a rural background." Now, that's what the centre had argued. The petitioners had countered this by saying that the arguments made by the centre on the so-called physical disabilities of women, the composition of the rank and file of the force, the psychological realities need to be rejected with the contempt that it deserves. The Supreme Court is now hearing that, and it has made what are fairly landmark judgments over here. And I'm going to go through what the Supreme Court thought of the arguments that women couldn't be given command roles. The Supreme Court has said, and I'm just going to go through all of these points we have so far. The engagement of women officers in the army is an evolutionary process. They have then said that psychological features, or in fact physiological features of women, have no links to their rights. The mindset of the army must change. The centre's submissions are based on a gender stereotype, are discriminated. The centre's submissions are based on gender discrimination, and it is a stereotype. The arguments which have been given on women and men and marriage being one of the factors why women should not be given command positions cannot be justified. The centre's written submission shows the mindset, is what Justice Chandrachud and Justice Rastogi have ruled. Women work shoulder to shoulder with men. The centre's submission is disturbing. Women army officers have brought laurels to the country. Examples have been given. And the examples which have been given, Major Gopika Pawar has been awarded a UN medal. Captain Shergill, who was leading the Army Day March Past this year, the name of a Lieutenant Colonel Qureshi has also been mentioned. Women officers have been deployed in the United Nations on combat role as part of combative forces. To cast aspersions on gender is an affront to their dignity and to the country. Time has come for women officers to ensure that women officers are not adjunct to male counterparts. This is absolutely huge. It is a landmark judgment by the Supreme Court on the rights of women.